I use myself as an example of the single biggest mistake I ever made as a working journalist in over 30 years. I was writing about prisoners of war that were coming back from Vietnam. I was based in California in the 70s. And a young wife of one of the returning POWs took me into her confidence and told me she was so worried about her husband coming home because she worried that she had changed so much in the many years he had been a prisoner. As she said to me, I've changed politically, I've changed economically, socially, sexually. I knew the instant that she said the word sexual that that was an important part of the story. I also knew that if I used it, I could do her a lot of personal damage. Now, I was totally within my rights to use that word, and I did. I used it in a story on the front page of the New York Times on a Sunday morning with her picture. And she was devastated. She said I had ruined her marriage and ruined her life. I use that story to students to say how much power you have over people's lives and how careful you have to be and how fair you have to be. I was totally within my rights. She knew I was a New York Times reporter. She knew we were speaking on the record. She knew that it was an important part of the story. And yet, by using that word, I did her a lot of damage, and I've always regretted it. And so I tell my students that story, that ethical behavior is not just about following the rules. It's about being a fair and humane and sensitive person. Because as a journalist, you hold other people's lives in your hands.